So, Tim, thank you very much for joining MBS TV this afternoon and agreeing to chat with us. I wanted to start off and ask you, as someone who's not only an association president but also a director and shareholder of your own specialist contractor and SME, what do you think the long-term effects will be of the collapse of Carillion?
I think we should probably start by acknowledging that there will be some short-term effects as well as long-term effects, and clearly some serious impact on SMEs and members of our association in particular. In the short term, clearly there will be a lot of SMEs that have some form of debt with Carillion, and they'll have some form of work in progress with Carillion and ongoing work with Carillion, and they'll probably have a future pipeline with Carillion. And that in itself will have a significant impact in the short term on their businesses. In the mid-term, then it is, unfortunately, because of the demise of Carillion, a matter of survival for SMEs, and that's something that it's important that government and us as associations support as much as we possibly can. In the longer term, there are important things that need to happen as a result of the demise of Carillion in terms of lessons learned. We have to ensure that the construction community in particular has some sort of change to ensure that the culture in construction is one around fair payment and around fair release of retention as well. So I think in the longer term there has to be some change that has to be driven. It's not change that will naturally happen.
Interesting. It's been noted that companies seem to be moving away from the fixed price PFI projects, even before but also following the problems that Carillion had with them. Do you think that government is now going to be viewed as perhaps a troublesome client for the construction sector? Will it be able to find people to work for it?
I think troublesome is probably the wrong word. Perhaps demanding client might be a better word, and I would expect, as they're at the end of the day the purveyors of the purse strings for the public sector and the taxpayer, I would expect them to be quite demanding in ensuring that the work that the construction industry undertakes is undertaken properly. That's not unreasonable, but what is also reasonable is that there is a significant culture change within the construction industry that allows organisations that operate within it to be treated fairly and paid fairly.
Absolutely. And in fact, and on that topic, one of the points that BESA has made about retentions abuse is that it locks up business capital that could be spent on areas such as training and recruitment of apprentices. How far do you think that's true?
I think that's absolutely true. If you wind the clock back prior to the issues we've seen recently with Carillion, probably 6 months ago a lot of major contractors came out, quite rightly, and challenged government on the basis that the levels of profit that they were able to deliver out of construction were less than 5%. Now when you consider that retentions in particular are withheld to the value of 5%, that clearly means that the ability for SMEs in particular to reinvest is extremely difficult. So yeah, entirely there has to be some change to that process, and the retentions bill is a part of that, which will then enable SMEs like my own business to reinvest in training. We all want to build an industry for the future, and to do that we have to have the ability to invest in training.
Absolutely. And indeed, on the theme of looking to the future of the industry, I know that one of the major themes of your presidency is to bring more young people into the industry, and indeed to let their voices be heard more by their employers and by decision makers here at BESA. How is the association encouraging young people to engage with the association's campaigns and groups?
The Future Leaders Programme is a programme I started and launched when I became president last year. I think it's vitally important that we do encourage talent within our industry. That's something I've been an advocate for many years, and as part of my presidency that's one of the things I wanted to make sure that we as an association led as well. And we started to do that, and we have some fantastic young people within our member companies. We need more of them. And the drive with Future Leaders and the Future Leaders Programme is to ensure that not only do we encourage more people to work within our industry and want to be attracted by our industry, but they see it as an industry in which they can build a career and contribute. That means for them doing things differently, innovating, the use of technical products and services that are available to them, more collaboration, using the tools that they're more familiar with than certainly I am, And they're the things that we have to encourage. They've already started that process and they're doing things differently, and we have to let them and encourage them to do that.
Okay, excellent, very good. Thank you very much for your time today.